Hey everybody, this is pearlwitleBB here from Pearl StarCraft, and I have a join game to cast for you guys today. The reason I'm going to be casting this is it's a micro challenge game, and I just want to talk a little bit about like straight up fights. So in the grand scheme of a game, normally it won't come down to just one straight up fight, but sometimes it does, like where you have a certain number of units. And they have a certain number of units, and it's how you micro those units. It will determine the outcome of the game. So I'm going to talk a little bit about these random matchups that you get in this game. If you want to play this game yourself, it's called Random Micro Battle. And I'm playing on the easy setting because anything harder than that is really, really hard. So these are, all of them are winnable. And you have a pretty good chance. If you're pretty decent at microing, you should be able to win most of the ones on easy. If you get any higher than that, then it starts getting pretty hard. I can win about 50% of the time of the ones on hard. Brutal, I have no chance. And impossible, I don't even think it is possible. Maybe, I mean, I bet it is, but it's just really difficult. So I'll talk about each one here. I'll just talk about the map real quick. You have a choke here that they're just gonna A move you every single time. They don't micro or anything. They don't use abilities. So these sentries are just going to attack. They might actually use Guardian Shield, I don't remember. But so you can use this choke to have an advantage. You have cliffs here. You can jump up and down with Reapers. You have these things here that you can drop units on with like medevacs. So you want to use the map to your advantage as much as you can. So what I'm going to do here in this is fungal growth everything. Just keep fungal growth in it, probably mind control this Colossus, and just kill it that way. So everything got trapped here. Oh yeah, okay. So I fungal growth that, so the Colossus got ahead of everything, and then I sniped the Colossus. Yeah, so I focused on the Colossus with all my units, and then the rest of the stuff just kind of dies, because Hydralisks are really good against any gateway unit. And I even throw up some infested eggs, just to add insult to injury. Didn't really need to, but why not? Okay, so the next one, it's roaches landlings versus just roaches. You want to use the roaches to take the damage at the first, and then have the lings get right on the roaches. And then you micro back the roaches just before they die. So see, all his roaches, all of his roaches are attacking my roaches. Before they die, I'll micro them back, and then so the lings will be able to do their maximum DPS before they get killed. And now see, Healing's got 3 roaches left. I have 4. A little bit of miss micro there. I'm going to focus down these guys, and I should have him, no problem. Yeah, micro back that. So this is pretty close, but yeah, I'll manage to win. Wait. Yeah, I'll get him. Okay, so I barely won that one, but that's what you would want to do in that kind of situation. Here's Mutalisk versus Mutalisk, just straight up. You want to focus down their Mutalisk with your Mutalisk, and just focus fire, like grab all your Mutalisks, attack one, attack another, so you're focusing each Mutalisk down. So I kill one, then I kill another one, and see if you look, I'm queuing up attacks and stuff to attack different ones. Oh, this is going to be pretty close. I might want to spread, yeah. I spread that Mutalisk out so the rebounds couldn't hit it. Oh, another really close one, so 3 health with that Mutalisk. Okay, so this is I'll pause it for a second. If you guys didn't play StarCraft 1, this is a Reaver. It's like kind of what a Colossus, it plays the same role as a Colossus. It's like the Protoss artillery unit. And you build scabbards, and they do really good damage versus armored units, versus anything really, but I think they have bonus damage versus armored. So you have 4 Stalkers versus 8 Marauders and a Reaver on the Stalker side. So you'll see how good they are. They're really, really good. So you even have Blink for your Stalkers. So you just use these meat shields to tank for the Reaver while it just blows everything up. That one's not very hard either. Yeah, there's some units from Brood War and from StarCraft 1. It's kind of fun to see them. So there's Bio and a Banshee against basically one of every Zerg unit. Yeah, you have a Zergling. You have everything except for Ultralisk and a Queen. So basically, if you kill this, once you kill that Banshee, you kind of won the game, because the Broodlord can just kind of fly over the lava and then use the cliff to his advantage, so that the Marines can't attack him. So you can do that in a normal game too. Like, say there's a cliff, and have your air units be over the cliff so that if they have more range, like you see this a lot in a TVT with Banshees and Marines. Since Banshees have more range than Marines, they'll use the edge of the bases to shoot at the Marines while they're trying to get the Banshees, and you can pick off a lot of Marines that way. Okay, so there's a lot of bio, there's even fire bats there. I'll pause it again. I'm pretty sure you guys all know fire bats because they have those in the campaign for StarCraft 2. But a fire bat is just like kind of like a Marauder and a Hellion mixed together. It's like the attack of a Hellion, but in a Marauder suit. So I'm just gonna use the fungal growth to damage these guys as much as possible. I just use my Zerg Swarm to kill them. I forgot a fungal the second time, but that'll be okay. Yeah, it looks like I'll be able to beat it. Yeah, all these guys are gonna be weak enough. The Hydra should be able to deal with it. I can even summon up some Infested Terran if I needed to, but I'll be okay. Next one, a Mothership versus a Void Ray and 5 Marines. Strategy to this, you just go off the side of the map and kill the Void Ray, and then kill the Marines. If you fight them at the same time, you're going to get owned, especially because the Void Ray does additional damage versus armored and massive when it gets charged. So since the Mothership is massive and armored, Void Ray is really, really good against it. I mean, for how much this Void Ray costs, it's doing a ton of damage to this Mothership. Like 2 Void Rays can beat a Mothership by themselves. So I kill that, and now I'm just going to kill the Marines. If you're not sure how a Mothership attacks, it has 6 attacks and does 6 damage per attack and 7 range. So if you ever got confused about how they do damage, sometimes they don't get all the attacks off. It doesn't just instantly shoot 6 shots. It does like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So you might not always get all 6 hits. This time 3 Hellions versus a bunch of Lings, and the Hellions have blue flames, so this is really easy. You just gotta microback your Hellions, don't let them get surrounded, and you'll be fine. I'd say any like, I've played with Silver Leagues that can beat the easy. So if you're like need help on micro, definitely play this game, because like you don't always get time in a game to practice it, but here it's like exactly what you need. Okay, so here's a couple Stalkers and a couple Void Rays and a Mothership versus a bunch of Thors and some bio. You just get them at the choke point, and all the Thors are shooting the Mothership, which they do garbage damage against. Now I'm just gonna Vortex a couple of those Thors so I can focus down one of them at a time. The Mothership went down, but that's fine, because the Void Rays are really good against Thors as long as they don't clump up. So there's only 2 Thors left, and no, 3 Thors. I'll be fine. Yeah, they're getting owned. So next fight is going to be a bunch of Lings versus 2 Archons and a Sentry. Okay, what you're supposed to do here is Force Field, and then hold position with your Archons so they don't stop the Force Field. But I forgot to do that, and the Lings come swarming through, and I'm too late on my other Force Field. I tried putting one down, but the Archon smashed it again. So I'll lose a life here. You have, the way the game's set up is that you have 10 lives, and if you lose, you get a point taken off. You can see it over here. These are just computers that are not doing anything. I'll pause it. So there's 60 levels, and if I lose 10 times, I lose. But if I only lose 9 times, then I'd win. So there's 4 different difficulties too for the game. There's easy, hard, brutal, and impossible. And I've only been easy because I'm not the best microer. But if you're decent, you should be able to beat easy. So I think I'm on level about, I don't know, 15, and I've lost 1 life, so that's pretty good. Here, just use the fire bats at the choke point. You'll roast all the Lings, no problem. Because they do really good damage against Lings. Yeah, they do 12 damage versus light, and they do area damage. So okay, this time, the SCVs start on auto repair. Auto repair is this thing here. If you right click on that, you can turn auto repair on in the game, and if you right click on it again, you can turn it off. It starts on in this, so if you don't turn it off, you're gonna get destroyed, because you'll A-move with your SCVs, but they'll start repairing each other, and then you just won't be able to like do it because you don't even have any money. Yeah. So this one's not that hard. I'm trying to get a little bit of a concave here, so I'm just splitting up the SCVs some. And then the Lings are all going to go over there. So that didn't work very well, but it's okay, because this one, as long as you know how to turn off the auto repair and you just A-move, you'll win every single time. Yeah, the Marines are going to go down. Okay, next fight, a bunch of Lings and Hydras versus a Colossus and some stalkers. I believe I missed micro in this one, and I mess up with the Colossus. I let it get killed and I lose, but that's okay. So I'm blinking back with the stalkers. Just keep blinking back. I should pull back this Colossus right now, but it's taking a ton of damage, and I'm probably not going to be able to win now. Yeah, no way. I should focus on this Hydra's better. Yeah, so the Colossus goes down and I lose my life there. That was really silly. That's a really easy level. Just make sure all the stalkers get killed before the Colossus starts taking damage, and just micro it back and back. This one you got 5 Thors versus 6 Thors, but you can use the concave to your advantage so that all 5 of your Thors can attack at one time when only like one of theirs can. And if you see here, I have 4 Thors attacking, all these other guys just trying to get through and they can't. Just waiting for their turn to get killed. So it's like a 5-on-1, a 5-on-1, a 5-on-1 over and over again. I don't have the best concave setup here, but it's good enough that I'll win the game. With 4 Thors left over too. So that shows you the numbers aren't everything, because he had more units than me and I still beat him. Okay, so 4 Void Rays and 5 Marines against 5 Marines and 4 Void Rays. For some reason, whenever I A-move this one, I always lose. So I've come up with this cheap strategy just to beat it, where you stem the 5 Marines and focus down one of the Void Rays. And then use your 4 Void Rays to beat their 4 Void Rays. And then just use your range advantage to kill the Marines, because Void Rays have 6 in range and Marines only have 5. So you can use the edge guarding trick to be able to win this one. So you just kind of zap them. Yeah, so I win that one pretty easy. So this one you have a lot of banelings and a lot of lings against some zealots and 2 stalkers, 7 zealots. So my strategy here is just get the banelings to hit as many zealots as possible, and then let the lings do the rest. I didn't do the best job there, but it's good enough that I should have won this anyway. You might actually be a better strategy to focus down the stalkers first, but I'm not really sure. I do good enough. Yeah. Okay. Next fight is I'm gonna pause it again. These are Dragoons. They were from StarCraft 1-2. They got their damage here. They do more versus massive and more versus massive and less versus light. Okay, so he's got 4 of those, 2 Archons, and 4 Zealots against I have Dragoons and I have Sentries that have the hallucination ability. I just decided to hallucinate a ton of probes, because why not? So then my probes will just be big meat shields. Hallucinations don't actually do damage, but if your opponent doesn't have an observer and he A-moves, his units will attack them, thinking they're actual units. So I just use a ton of probes as meat shields there. You can use Archons or Void Rays, whatever you really want. It doesn't really matter, as long as you hallucinate something. Like this one I got a Colossus with the Thermolance, and against his 6 Hydralisks. So I'm going to target the one in the middle to try to do as much area damage as I possibly can, and just micro it back until all the Hydras are dead. This one's pretty easy. I'm not even doing that good of a job, and it won't even matter. I barely took any hull damage. So here's you have 7 Roaches versus 7 Hydralisks. Or no, it's 8 Hydralisks. No, it's 7. Never mind. So I set up a big concave and get him in the choke point. That won't really matter that much because he's got more range than me. But Roaches just have a lot more health than Hydralisks, and they actually do more damage, even though they don't. The Hydralisk does more DPS, but the Roach just tanks all the damage, and that one's really easy to win too. These are Diamondbacks from the campaign, and you're against 4 Marauders. So as long as you as long as you hit and run, just move in, make sure both your Diamondbacks get 2 shots off, and don't let try to not let all the Marauders shoot. I'm not doing the best job, but it's good enough. Yeah. Okay, you got Hydralisks, and these are Scourges from StarCraft 1. They're basically like Banelings, but in the air, and they do a crazy amount of damage. They do 100 damage. You're against 4 Battlecruisers. This one's actually really hard. I haven't beaten it yet. But I try to get as many Battlecruisers to clump up. I didn't mean to attack that one. I was trying to attack this one right here, the one in the middle. Might have helped out a little bit, because they could have done the area damage to the ones on the side, not just the one there. But yeah, I'm just gonna lose this one. So I'll be down to 7 lives, and I'm on about level 30, I think. It'll stay down here. It says down here every 10 levels. This is the easiest level of all of them because first thing, you don't even really need to do anything. If you just put your units to the choke point and stem, you automatically win the game. And second thing, if you really, really are bad at microing and somehow mess this up, you can lift off your last few units into a medevac, drop them up here on the area, and then nothing will be able to attack them. So that one's, like, you can't lose. It's embarrassing if you lose that. Okay, so you got 9 Phoenixes against 5 Mutalisks and 6 Hydralisks. You can just micro against the Mutalisks really easily since they're slower than the Phoenixes, and Phoenixes have more range. And then just fly in here and pick up all the Hydralisks at one time. This best strategy. I don't even know if I'm gonna lose the Phoenix here. Maybe this one. Yeah. Okay. So I lost 1 Phoenix. There we go. Okay. So that one's really easy. He's got 10 Lings and 8 Mutalisks against 3 Infestors. And here I'm just taking advantage. I mean, you can fungal growth, but that's kind of hard. You get a bunch of perfect fungal growths. And here I'm just taking advantage that he's gonna A move, and in a normal game you should use fungal growth instead of using the infested Terran, because a real person will just run away and wait for these to die. But since he's not smart enough to do that, I'm just gonna do that. That's much easier. Here you're against 8 Zealots, and I have a couple of my own. This one's really easy. I should have had my Zealots closer in the choke and used all the Archons to choke them off, but I failed, and I'm being really bad at stutter stepping here, and I'm probably going to lose. Yeah, I'm going to lose this. This is one of the easier levels. I can't believe I lost that. So I'm down to 6 lives. Right here you got 2 sentries and a Dragoon against a battlecruiser. So I'm just using the sentries to hallucinate 2 Archons. Don't hallucinate probes on this one because the battlecruiser will ignore those. Oh, and this is a classic battlecruiser, if you guys didn't know this earlier. It's like the battlecruisers from StarCraft 1, where they have one really powerful attack and they attack slower. So it does 25 damage, but it has an attack speed of 1.3. So he's shooting my stuff there. The Dragoons are pretty good against them because they do additional damage versus massive. Okay, I don't know why I moved that back. He's about to kill it anyway. So that one's pretty easy. So there's 4 Phoenix against 3 Mutalisks and 3 Wraiths. If Wraiths are from StarCraft 1-2, they're also in the campaign, so you probably know about them. Just get since the Mutalisks are really, really bad against Phoenixes, try to get them to get baited away from the Wraiths, and then just kill the Mutalisk. And then if you still have all 3 Phoenixes, you should be able to win against the Wraiths really, really easily. Like, even with 3, you can win if you micro well. So, I win that one pretty easy too. Didn't even lose to the Phoenix. Okay, this one, he's got a ton of Banelings versus a ton of Marines. You might think, how is this possible? But it takes 2 Banelings to kill 1 Marine, and he's got the same number of Banelings as me. So as long as I spread out the Marines enough that, like, each Marine takes 2 Banelings to kill by itself, then I would have half my Marines left. I didn't spread out that well, but I spread out well enough that I'm still going to have a couple Marines left over. So you don't even need to worry about attacking them. Just split all your Marines so they're not near each other, and you'll win that one easy. Here at Ghost, I'm just going to mass chain snipe them. I'm clicking R, snipe, and then shift, and then sniping a bunch. So they didn't even get to me. That was really easy too. So here I got 6 tanks versus 8 Stalkers and an Immortal. So the Stalkers aren't smart enough to blink into me. So I'm just going to use the choke to my advantage a little bit, and then yeah, this one's really easy. Like, if he was smart, he could blink into me and make my area damage hurt my tanks too, and maybe be able to win it, but I don't know. Okay, here I got 4 Immortals, and you want to split the Immortals up from the Ultralisks, because Ultralisks do area damage with their Kaiser Blades. Just tell them all to focus down one Ultralisk and then the next and the next. I don't do the best job microing, but it's good enough. For this one, there's a little bit of area damage there. I'm trying to spread those out. That Immortals go down, but yeah, I'll win this. That's really easy level 2. Right here, these are Vultures. They're from the StarCraft 1-2. You use E to put down a bunch of Spider Mines, and you'll kill these 2 Archons no problem. Just make sure you do it fast enough that the Archons don't get there before they get placed into the ground, or they'll just kill those Spider Mines by themselves. Okay, here I got 3 battle cruisers. These are classic battle cruisers again, where they do the one big shot against 4 stalkers and 3 dragoons. So just you have your Yamato cannon, so just use your Yamato cannon to kill the dragoons, because they're much better than the stalkers at killing battle cruisers. And then or mine didn't get it off, but that's fine. That's another really easy level. And also use this choke point to limit the amount of attacks that will hit you. I don't even think you need to, but why not? Okay, here I got 6 roaches against 2 archons. Just as long as you split up your roaches, you'll be fine, and focus down an archon, each archon. Archons do a little bit of area damage, but not too much. So all the roaches are attacking this first archon, then they'll attack the other one. So I'm just gonna micro back these roaches. Micro back that roach. Oh, never mind. It's fine. So I only lost 1 roach. That's not too bad. These are lurkers from StarCraft 1. They burrow in the ground and they're really good. They're kind of like Hellions. They do line damage. So I'm burrowing those in a concave around the choke point, and then I'm going to fungal growth them right when they get in the choke point. So they won't really be able to attack the lurkers very much, but the lurkers are going to get a town on the Marines. And then summon up some infested Terrans and just kill the ravens with the hydralisks. Okay, this one, there's a Dark Templar coming, and you just summon up a bunch of infested Terran, and then use fungal growth to reveal the Dark Templar. If you didn't know that, a fungal growth will reveal cloaked units for however long they're fungal growth for. They'll cloak back up immediately after the fungal growth is over. But yeah, you can use that in a game against ghosts or against Dark Templar, or against bird roaches, or against banshees, anything cloaked. Here just you have a full energy queen, so you can just transfuse the ultralisks over and over again. He's not good enough to spread his marines, so the ultralisks will eat through those, no problem. Here you got 4 fire bats and 2 ghosts against a bunch of marines. I don't even think you need a snipe in this, because ghosts are really good against light anyway, but why not? So I'm just going to snipe a couple of the marines, almost kill them, but the fire bats will finish them off. Just micro back that ghost, but whatever. So that's another really easy level. Here is 6 stalkers against what is this? 8 marines and a raven. Just use the raven to use the D hotkey to put down 2-point defense drones, and then the stalkers won't even be able to hit you because they kill the shots before they get there. I just stemmed all my marines as far as I could go, just to show you that they're not even going to be able to attack my marines, because the point defense drones will block all the shots. That's another really easy level. If you put down the auto turrets, it'll probably work too, but point defense drones works really well too. Maybe even secret missile, I don't know. I haven't tried it. Right here you got banelings, lings, and mutalisks against a bunch of marines. So just make sure the lings go in first, so the banelings don't get shot before they detonate on the marines. As long as you get the banelings on the marines, you should be fine. The mutalisks can clean up the rest. But if you for some reason don't quite kill everything with the banelings, and if you think there's too many marines for the mutalisks, you can just fly off to the side and regain all your health and fly back in. Here's 2 broodlords against 4 marines and 2 stalkers. Again, you just use the edge to your advantage. I'm gonna speed this one up because there's no point in watching it. Just use your ranged advantage to kill everything. And that marine's dead. Okay. So this one you have a ton of lings versus a couple banelings and a couple lings. Make sure the banelings don't detonate on more than like 2 lings. So you want to, I'm trying to split up into groups. I'm not quite fast enough here, and all my lings go in, but so this banelings killed way too many lings. You want to try to tell a couple lings go after, like 2 lings go after each baneling, and the banelings should all detonate. And then the rest of your lings will be more than their lings, so you can just win. But I wasn't quite fast enough to do that. Here he has a couple observers and a Thor and some bio. So the Thor has more range than the lurkers, so don't just make a concave, because the Thor will kill them all before they can shoot it. And I don't quite have enough close enough to him here. See, this one's out of range, but it's in range for him. So I didn't quite win that one either. But that's one of the harder levels. It's still not that hard. I should have been able to win it. Okay, so I have 4 lives left. I'm probably 2/3 of the way down the game. Here you have 3 Reapers against 10 Lings, and just use your ledge hopping ability. If you're really bad at microing, you can just go up on this ledge and kill the Lings that way. But it's not that hard to use this. I don't like going up there because I feel kind of cheap. So yeah, didn't even lose a single Reaper. Here you got a bunch of Hydralisks versus a couple Lings, couple Banelings, and a bunch of Banshees. This is probably the easiest level because if you actually don't do anything, you'll still win. But just to guarantee that you'll win, they have a couple observers too, so you can't just cloak. But if you get him in the choke here, there's no way you can lose because the Banshees can all shoot, but only a couple Hydralisks can. So that one's easy too. I'll finish with 4 Banshees. Here you got 6 Vikings versus 6 Corruptors. Just attack the Corruptors, like focus fire on each of the Vikings, and also use your corruption ability, so they take 20% more damage. I might have forgotten to use it here. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. So yeah, so I'm just focus firing all the Vikings, so it's really easy to win. I should finish with 4, maybe only 3. Yeah, I'll finish with 4 Corruptors left, so that's a really easy level too. Just make sure you use the corruption ability. Right here you got 4 Weavers versus 3 Thors and 18 Marines. This is really easy. Just make sure you start spamming R, the hotkey for Scabbards, right at the beginning. Because if you don't, you're probably not going to have enough ammunition to fire at all these. They have to build each one of their shots if you didn't know. So yeah, I'll win this. That one's not that hard. Just be right when you see it, start building those Scabbards immediately. This is probably the hardest level. I don't like this level. I think I've never won it. I know it's possible because I've seen people win it all the time, but for some reason I'm just not good at it. You want to get these back here. You get the Marines in the front because the Marauders do a lot more damage. I got focus fired there, and I forgot to stem the Marines. I only stem the Marauders. You definitely want to stem the Marines and the Marauders because the Marines are going to get one-shotted either way. I'm just running around here. I knew I was going to lose. Alright, here you got 3 tanks and 9 Marines versus 15 Stalkers. So you want to siege up the tanks in a bit of a concave. I don't think you really have to, but use the concave to your advantage so that only a couple of them can attack the Marines at a time. Here I don't stem the Marines because the Marines are basically being just meat shields for the tanks that are doing your real DPS. Marines aren't that good against Stalkers, especially when there's less Marines than Stalkers. So just don't stem. I mean, you'll win either way. Okay, so I only have 3 lives left right now. I don't know if I'm going to win or not, but we'll see. So here I hallucinated 2 Archons, so the Stalkers will just shoot those, and my real units can kill them. Hallucination's a really good ability. People don't use it very much in actual games, but especially like in the mid game where they might not have detection, or against a Zerg where you can just snipe their Overseer really easily. If you hallucinate a couple Archons, their units are going to get all attack them, and that's really good. I think I'm going to try to use it more. Here you got 5 Marines and a Firebat against 4 Stalkers. Make sure the Firebat's in the front because he doesn't do as much damage against the Stalkers because his DPS is lower unless they're light units. So just focus fire with all the Marines and you should win this one easy. Micro back the Marines if you have to. I don't really need to, so I'm not doing it. Here there's a Colossus versus 5 Hydralisks. Just spread all your Hydralisks out so they're not taking area damage from the Colossus, and you'll be good. Also, well, there's no point in using the concave, the choke, because it's only 1 unit. But I took a little bit of area damage there. It's kind of bad, but it's fine. That one's probably one of the easiest levels too. Alright, here you have 3 Marauders and 8 Marines and 3 Ghosts against some Stalkers, some Zealots, and some Immortals. Just EMP everything, snipe the Zealots maybe, and just stem all your Marauders and your Marines, and you'll win this one no problem. The Marauders are really, really good against everything there, because as long as the Immortals don't have any shield, you're okay. They're even upgraded Marauders. They do 24 damage, not just 20. And then the Ghosts are really good at tanking against the Immortals because they're not considered armored. Here you got Stalkers and High Templar against some Lings and some Roaches. So storm the Lings, storm the Roaches, morph an Archon, and then you can blink micro your Stalkers. I'm start blinking it up on the cliff here, and yeah, I win this one no problem. I didn't even use the Archon. Right here, there's 5. What are these? 5 Phoenix against 3 Valkyries. Valkyries are from StarCraft 1. They just do Brood War. Okay, they're from Brood War, and they do a ridiculous amount of area damage. So just spread out your Phoenix as much as you can. I'm doing it now. It's just really easy build because they don't do very good damage. It's just like they're specialized against Mutalisks or something, or just any balled up unit. So I'm just focusing down each one of these. They don't do very good. Yeah, they do really bad damage. So I won that one easy. Right here we got 4 medics that are they're from StarCraft 1 too, and 2 Marauders and what is that? 6 Marines. I have a bunch of Stalkers. Just got the Concave, and all you gotta do is A move this. You don't need to focus on the medics or anything. Just blink micro your Stalkers. I'm really bad and I missed that one, but it won't matter. These Marauders are normal Marauders. They're not gonna chew units so fast. But he gets down here and I start focus firing the medics because they get kind of annoying. But you can just A move and then blink micro. That's all you have to do for that one. Okay, so this one you have an Infestor and 5 Reapers against 3 Roaches. You can do one of 3 things here. You can just summon up a bunch of Infested Terran and kill them. That's what I do. You can Fungal Growth twice and then use the Reapers, or you can actually just mind control a Roach. Just make sure your Infestor doesn't get targeted. If you mind control a Roach, he'll do pretty good DPS against the other Roaches while the Reapers are shooting them, and then when you finish that, just focus fire the mind controlled one with the Reapers, and you'll win that easy. Here you got 2 Stalkers and a Zealot against 3 Roaches and 2 Zerglings. So move all the way back here. When he A moves, the Lings will run way far ahead of the Roaches, and they'll get stuck on the Zealot. They'll die no problem. I had this guy in hold position, so he kind of just chilled there for a little bit, but it'll be okay. Focus fire with all your Stalkers. You see I'm doing that. And you can blink micro if you need to. You shouldn't need to, but I just blinked right on him. I don't know why, but guess I wanted to see the cool animation of the melee attack from the Roach. Alright, here you got 4 battle cruisers against 3 Void Rays and 8 Stalkers. You have your Mono Cannon again in this one, so just Mono Cannon all the Void Rays and you're good. They get one-shotted by the Mono Cannon. And then just beat all the Stalkers, because these are getting the classic battle cruisers, which are really good against Stalkers. I mean, normal battle cruisers are pretty good against Stalkers anyway, but those are even better. Right here you got 2 Sentries and some Stalkers. This is the last level, I think. I didn't have my Stalkers attacking. These guys are stuck in the back, and I think I'm going to lose because of that. I don't know if Archon's the best thing to hallucinate in this one. You might want to go for like Colossus. I'm not really sure. Whatever has the most HP. I'm doing really bad blink micro here too. I'm just kind of getting owned. So I'll lose this one. I'll get down to 2 lives, but that's the end of the game. So I finished with 2 lives left. Not bad, not the best, but there's a little glitch at the end of the game where it plays the last level twice. I don't know why. But I'm start trying it again, and then the game ends, I think. Yeah. So the game ended right there. So yeah, the game's called Random Micro Battle, and you guys should go check it out. I think it's on like the 4th or 5th page or something. I'm not sure. But you don't really need to play with 6 people. You can just play by yourself, like I was doing, because I have no friends. But yeah, it's actually really fun when you get a full lobby. If you have 6 friends online or 5 other friends online, invite them to the game, and it's really quite fun. So if I ever get good at microing and I beat the hard one, I might post a game of that and show you those, because those actually get really intense. There's a lot more spellcasters and stuff in that. So if you like this video, definitely subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.